Hey, before you start that diesel engine today, there are 5 things you might be doing right now that are quietly destroying it. And here's the kicker, none of them feel wrong. They feel totally normal. A quick trip to the store, letting it idle for a few minutes, following the oil change schedule in your manual, sounds fine, right? It's not. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why and how to stop the damage before your next repair bill hits 4 figures. Welcome to Automastery. Let's get into it. Diesel engines are incredible machines. More torque, better fuel efficiency, and they'll run for 500,000 miles if you treat them right. But here's the thing, they have specific needs that gasoline engines just don't, and most people driving diesels every day have no idea what those needs are. So today, we're breaking down 5 habits that are wrecking your diesel engine from the inside out without making a single warning noise. Stick around because number 4 catches almost everybody off guard. Picture this. You jump in your diesel pickup, drive 5 minutes to grab coffee, come back home. No big deal, right? You did that every day for a year. Meanwhile, deep inside your engine, things are going sideways. Here's the deal. Diesel engines are designed to run hot, not a little warm, properly, fully hot. And when you're only driving for a few minutes, that engine never gets there. Now, why does that matter? 2 reasons, and they're both going to cost you money if you ignore them. First, there's your DPF, your diesel particulate filter. This filter catches soot from your exhaust. Smart piece of kit. But to clean itself, it needs to run a process called regeneration, basically burning off all that soot at really high temperatures. And that process, it only kicks in when your engine is up to full operating temperature, usually on longer drives at highway speeds. Short trips mean the DPF never gets to clean itself. Soot builds up, then more soot. Then you're looking at a clogged filter, reduced power, and a repair bill that'll make your eyes water. Second problem, the EGR system, the exhaust gas recirculation valve, also loves carbon buildup. Short trips feed it constantly and never let it burn clean. The fix is simple. If you've got multiple errands, combine them into one longer trip. Give that engine time to heat up properly. Your DPF will thank you.
All right, who here grew up being told to let your diesel idle to warm it up? Yeah, a lot of hands. It's one of those pieces of advice that sounds totally logical, and it was even partially true decades ago. But modern diesel engines, prolonged idling is actually doing real damage, and here's how. When a diesel idles for a long time, the combustion process becomes inefficient. The engine isn't under load, temperatures drop too low for complete combustion, and you start getting soot buildup on your injectors and pistons. But the sneakiest problem, something called fuel dilution. Unburnt fuel literally seeps past the piston rings and into your engine oil. Your oil gets thinner, and thinner oil means less protection for your engine's moving parts. You can't see it happening. You might not even notice until it's already done damage. Here's my rule of thumb. If you're parked for more than a few minutes, shut it off. I know, some of you are sitting there going, but my diesel needs to warm up. For modern engines, a gentle drive at low RPM for the first few minutes does the job far better than sitting in your driveway for 10 minutes. Oh, and by the way, if you're finding this useful, go ahead and smash that like button. It genuinely helps the channel and it costs you absolutely nothing. This one surprises people every single time. You open your owner's manual, it says change the oil every 10,000 or even 15,000 miles. You think, great, I'm covered. Nope. Diesel engines run under significantly more stress and heat than gas engines. The combustion pressures are higher, the loads are heavier, and diesel oil picks up contaminants, soot, acidity, moisture at a much faster rate than you might expect. By the time you hit that 15,000-mile mark, your oil might look fine on the dipstick, but chemically, it's already been compromised. The result is microscopic engine wear that builds up slowly and silently. You won't notice it on any given day, but after a few years of this, you're looking at scored cylinder walls, worn bearings, and a turbocharger that's struggling. For most diesel owners, especially if you tow, haul, or drive in extreme temperatures, change your oil every 5,000 to 7,000 miles. Yes, that's more often. Yes, it's worth every penny compared to an engine rebuild. Okay, so this is the one I mentioned in the intro. And I'll tell you right now, if you've ever started your diesel on a cold morning and just hammered the throttle because you were running late, this part is for you. When your engine is cold, your oil is thick. It hasn't fully circulated yet. The oil pressure is building, but it's not there yet, not fully. And your turbocharger, that thing spins at anywhere from 100,000 to 200,000 RPM under boost. It needs a constant pressurized flow of oil to stay lubricated. Floor it on a cold engine, and you're running those turbine blades, those bearings, those cylinder walls with barely any oil film protecting them. The friction is real, the wear is real, and unlike a flat tire or a broken belt, you won't know it happened until much later when something starts to fail. The solution is dead simple. Be gentle with the throttle for the first 5 to 10 minutes after a cold start. Give the oil time to circulate and reach operating temperature. That's it. And hey, if this is making you rethink some habits, subscribe to Automastery. We cover this kind of stuff all the time, the things your mechanic will charge you to learn the hard way.
You just pulled into your driveway after 2 hours on the highway towing your trailer. You're done. You kill the engine and walk inside. That felt perfectly normal, right? Your turbocharger would like to have a word. Here's what happens. While you've been driving hard, your turbo has been working at full tilt, reaching extremely high temperatures. The oil inside it is hot. The bearings are hot. When you shut off the engine, the oil pump stops. The coolant stops circulating. But the turbo? Still spinning. And now it's sitting in a pool of superheated, trapped oil with no flow to cool it down. That oil essentially gets cooked into hard, crusty carbon deposits right inside the oil passages and bearing surfaces. This is called oil coking, and it's one of the leading causes of turbo failure. Turbo replacements can run anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 depending on your engine, sometimes more. The fix? Before you shut down after any kind of hard driving, highway run, towing, long haul, let the engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds. Just sit there. Let the oil keep flowing. Let the turbo spin down naturally. 60 seconds, that's all it takes to potentially add tens of thousands of miles to your turbo's life. All right, I said 5 habits, but I'm giving you a bonus one because this one comes up constantly and people underestimate it badly. The diesel fuel quality in a lot of stations is not equal. Cheap or contaminated fuel introduces water and sludge directly into your fuel system, and your high-pressure fuel pump and injectors operate with incredibly tight tolerances. We're talking microns. Water and sludge in that system causes pitting, corrosion, and failure. Simple fix: buy your diesel from reputable, high-volume stations where fuel turnover is fast. And check your water separator regularly. That little bowl under your fuel filter? Drain it. If you're towing or doing high-demand work, consider a quality diesel additive to boost lubricity and keep your injectors clean. So let's recap. Short trips clog your DPF, excessive idling thins your oil, long oil change intervals cause invisible engine wear, cold hard acceleration destroys lubrication, and shutting down without cooling the turbo cooks it from the inside out. None of these feel dramatic in the moment. That's exactly why they do so much damage. If you want to keep your diesel running strong for 300,000 miles and beyond, these are the habits to change, starting today. Give this video some love if it helped you out. Share it with a diesel owner you know, because this is the kind of thing most people find out after the damage is done. I'm glad you were here. This is Automastery, and we'll see you in the next one.